A lot of you guys have been asking me about my fuel tank supply, and this right here holds just over 100 gallons. But now that we also have a track loader and this mower right here, the T25, it's also diesel powered. I think I'm going to have to make another purchase and get maybe at least one more of these, but maybe two. I'm looking at doing that right now because 100 gallons with 3 tractors, a track loader, and a diesel sawmill, I don't know if that's enough. So welcome back to the Sawmill, friends. Today's Saturday, and I need to work on some red oak, but before we do that, I got to finish up mowing. I got the side yard done, around the timber frame trimmed up. I need to weed eat down there. That might have to wait till Monday though. Need to saw behind the sawmill building, not saw, my goodness. I need to mow behind the sawmill building. And go to the backyard as well, because Linda, that's my wife's name, she's been pulling out a bunch of, I can't talk today. What's she been pulling up back there? Weeds. She's been pulling up weeds, Nathan. My goodness, I can't talk. I did get my teeth fixed yesterday, in case anybody's been wondering about that. I was able to get to the dentist yesterday and get my permanent crowns put on the front, so I should be talking better today, but looks like I'm not. So anyway, she's been pulling up some weeds in the flower beds around the swimming pool and behind the house. I need to go back there with the T25 and mulch those up. I also need to go back there with the track loader and pick up some limbs. She was trimming the pear tree and some cedars back there and take that down to the burn pile. Then we get all that done, we'll get up here and gosh, I got slabs right here that need to go to the burn pile as well. Not enough hours in the day. There's not enough hours in the day. You know, I run a sawmill here from my house, and I have to do that and also juggle the chores of being a homeowner, which is a lot, guys. There's a lot to do around here, my goodness. But I enjoy it. I'm not complaining at all. So let's get back on the tractor, finish up mowing, go to the backyard, take care of those tasks, and then get up here at the sawmill and work on some more of this red oak. Here's the red oak we're going to be working on today. Those are ready to be sawed up into 1x6s. And if I can get enough done, I'd like to start on this other oak as well. That's another low grade but good size red oak right there. Good looking log. But looky there, look at that knot right there. We gotta get rid of that before we put it on the sawmill. That right there would cause some problems. So you guys stick around because I'm gonna ask you all a question here in a few minutes and I want your honest answer about it. All right, friends, we're finally back up here at the sawmill. I'll tell you what, when it comes to mowing this place, it takes me about 4 hours. And I didn't even get to weed eat today. Try to work on that Monday. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. So we're still working on this red oak order. I've sawed 25 1x6s. I need to saw 75 more, and that would give us 400 board feet. That's what the order calls for. I got these cants over here I showed you guys earlier. They should be ready to go. I got them cut down to size. And a lot of people ask me, why don't I gain saw cants? You know, sometimes I'll put a single cant up here and saw it. Then like in my last video, I think it was my last video, I had 2 of them up here. Well, here's the reason why. These cants will move on you. And if I see movement in a cant and a lot of stress building up, I don't want to put 2 side by side, because the one showing stress, I'll have to flip that cant to get the stress out of it. And sometimes you don't win. Sometimes you keep flipping it and the stress never works out of it. When I say stress, that's when the boards start lifting up on the ends, and also you can't see it, but the cant actually starts bowing downward. It happens a lot, especially with tulip poplar around the juvenile core. It's really bad for that, poplar is. But this oak is really behaving rather well. That's why I gain sawed it. So in the future, if you do see that going on, and I got cants up here, and I'm doing them one at a time, it's because I'm seeing stress. Because if I have 2 up here, and one has stress and one doesn't, or they both have stress, you can't really have a game plan to flip them the right way. Now, some people will just saw them and that'll be the end of the day right there. They won't really bother with paying attention to the stress, and that's fine, that's okay. Everybody saws their own way, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you start seeing stress in a cant, and you don't correct it by flipping it, trying to relieve that stress, and that's how you relieve it. You flip it and take cuts to try to get the stress to relieve itself. Once you see the boards quit bowing, that means you won right there. But sometimes you never win. Sometimes you keep flipping it and it never stops. But what I was saying was, if you don't correct that, you start having boards that are thick and thin on the front and the end of the board. So all the time, I see on these Facebook groups on Wood-Mizer owners and all these little Sawmill Facebook groups, a lot of beginning sawyers will get on there and they'll say, my boards are thick and thin. You know, at the front of the board, they're thick. In the middle, they're 1 inch. On the other end, they're thick, or they're thin on the front and the end. And that's why, because there's stress in that log. Because you may not see it, and 9 times out of 10 you won't, but that cant will actually bow downward and you won't even know it. It happens all the time. And the way you can tell it's happening though without seeing that bend is by paying attention to the boards that you're sawing into. If you start seeing those boards springed up, then you know you got stress in that cant. You need to correct it, or else you're going to have some boards that are thick and thin. And more importantly, you're going to have customers who notice that, and next time they need a sawmill order for some lumber, they may not call you. So try to do the best you can. That's what I always say. But we'll saw these up, and I'll probably call it a day because it's getting close to dinner time, and my allergies are killing me today. It does this every springtime. So let's get going here, guys. We've got a Joe Maine Silvertip Turbo 7 on the Sawmill. If you want to try those blades out, give Joe a phone call. If you want a regular Wood-Mizer blade like the double hard, he can sell you those also, not just the Silvertip Turbo 7s. That's just what I prefer to saw with. So I have a lot of projects here this spring and summer to do at my little farm. And I've been contemplating videoing just about every one of them. And some of you guys like sawmill only videos, and some of you guys like everything I do here. So let me know in the comments down below what kind of videos you prefer. Do you just want sawmill content, or are you okay with me showing everything we do here? Because I need to build some fences, I need to build some equipment sheds, I need to build a firewood shed. Gosh, I need to build a lot of stuff here, guys. That's why I've been getting a lot of logs in here lately to build all this stuff with. But I don't want to show stuff you guys don't want to see, so let me know down in the comments what you prefer. Sawmill only or everything I do. If you want to see everything I do, which I hope you do because I don't care to video it, share it with you guys, the sawmilling will be in the videos as well. So I'm not going to get away from sawmill by no means. You'll just be getting to see other stuff like today. So there we go. Let me know what you guys want to see, and that's what we'll do. Well, I planned on sawing those 2 together, but that one right there fell under the loading arm. So let's do this one first and work on that one here in a minute.